5 days ago, the Outside music video premiered on YouTube. I watched it 1,000 times that day. I uploaded a video the very next day talking about the aspects of the Outside music video, talking about certain details, what they have to do with the Dima lore, talking about the storyline, coming up with theories, making tie-ins, making connections. Published the video, then I went on to watch the music video 1,000 more times, as well as the people in the clique, because we're all looking for stuff that we haven't seen yet, trying to make tie-ins to where there should be tie-ins, coming up with theories, and I knew that I missed some stuff in that video, and there has been a lot of community feedback saying, hey, what about this, what about this, what about this? So we're going to talk about those, as well as songs that have become way more clear since the Outside music video, as well as the Clancy journals from last week. So, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day's going well, and hope it continues to go well. Here is the stuff that I missed in my Outside analysis video, and songs that have become way more clear. Let's get right into it. One of the biggest things that people point out is the connection between this scene in the Outside music video versus the actual Chlorine music video. So, the Chlorine music video, most of the time, Tyler is holding this styrofoam cup. We don't know what's in the cup. We can assume that it's chlorine based on the name of the song. But the main thing, Tyler never drinks from this cup in the video at all. It's just holding. Tyler's just holding this the whole entire time. And Tyler hands it off to Ned at the very end of the video. Ned kind of shudders a little bit, then the music video ends. We don't know if Tyler drunk from the cup or not. And this is significant because it's, of course, where we get introduced to Ned for the very, very first time. Now let's compare this to the Outside music video. After Tyler has done the Megalodon rap, he approaches the den to where it's a Ned family dinner. They're all sitting down, and I don't know how I kept missing this, but they kept drinking from this ladle, to which I guess in my head was a big thing of meat, because I was really hungry when I was watching the music video. But this ladle had a liquid in it. We don't know what this liquid was. Maybe it was chlorine, but the crucial thing is that Tyler drank from this ladle. Maybe this is what gave Tyler the power to wield Ned's horns to control Kions. Because maybe chlorine has some power that we don't know. Tyler has said in the journal that came out immediately after the music video went live that he felt that power before. Tyler has felt this power somewhere before, and he doesn't know where. Maybe he drank the chlorine music video and he just doesn't remember. Maybe Dima drinks chlorine. The bishops, they drink chlorine so they can get this power, and we can make a connection to there with the red glowing eyes. That's gonna be, the red glowing eyes are a theory video for another day. But it's a connection a lot of people pointed out that I didn't notice. The next thing people pointed out were all of the things that were in the forest, not just the trees, but these little circles, as well as some vulture skulls. Yeah, those are there. And at times, I swore there was a vulture skull that looked like a gas mask calling back to Lane Boy, and possibly chlorine at that. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of vulture skulls, as well as circles in throughout this whole island of Vultures. I've seen a lot of people call these potential traps to hunt the trap predators, such as the bishops from getting Ned's horns. I've seen other people call this just intimidation tactics, saying that they are more intimidating than what they really are, to which we know Ned is super friendly from chlorine, from the hype. Christmas Saves the Year, if you want to make Christmas Saves the Year canon. But even in the Outside, you see that Ned is super friendly. And I really want to think that Ned put these traps up, or just these things that look very intimidating, just to scare people off of Vultures. I mean, it's called the Island of Violence, so it's quite possible that these are just intimidating to make you think it's the Island of Violence. In reality, it's not. And I guess you could tie the vulture skulls back to self-titled with the Isle of Flightless Birds, because, I mean, those birds are flightless now, aren't they? Another thing that people point out, and this is our first song clarification of the day, and it has to do with the Outside, but not just this one, the live from the outside level of concern thing. And this comes from my buddy Ty on Twitter machine, Dungaree Frago, who is an amazing artist. Go follow him, link in the description box below. But live 21 Pilots live from the outside. This was the last time that we saw Ned since the outside music video. Again, if we don't count Christmas Saves the Year. Last time we saw Ned in Ned's truest form, non-claymation version, is the live from the outside. And it's live from the outside that Ned emerges in the outside music video. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but man, that is crazy insight. It's super cool. Another thing is a tie back to Nico and the Niners. At the very end, Nico and the Niners, there's a message that's played out in reverse. So forwards, it sounds so deep in bayou. You play it backwards, we are banditos. A lot of people have pointed at this, saying it sounds like bayou. We know that Ned had a pop-up shop called Ned's Bayou, so maybe Ned was supposed to tie in all along. Personally, when I listened to The Outside after watching 1,000 times, I kept hearing Neds are moving up and down instead of heads. Neds are moving up and down. I don't know. And finally, a lot of people have pointed out that, this comes after the Saturday music video. The day after Saturday is Sunday. You can make several tie-ins there, such as tie-ins to Migraine, tie-ins to other songs in the lore, such as Polarize. Fridays will always be better than Sundays because Sundays are my suicide days. Domingo el Fuego, I lost my halo. So, Sundays are a bad thing in the 20 Pilot universe because Sundays are my suicide days. But the cycle was broken in half in the outside music video. Dima is on fire. Domingo el Fuego. Possibly Dima represents Sunday. There's a whole time with that ends. I have a video, I might make a video going deep into this because I went deep into it tonight. My Discord server saw a clip. It's unlisted on the channel going into it. That might just make it to a full-fledged video, but we'll talk more about the whole Sunday thing later. And finally, the songs that are a lot more clear now that we've had the outside music video, as well as all of these journals and maps and diagrams. So the very first one that becomes a lot more clear is Never Take It. So we get the weapon diagram right here. They're trying to weaponize you and I. Man, the weapon is so much more clear. Before then, we had no idea. So this is the Bandito metaphor that Tyler is laying in there. Because we know with some songs in Scale Nicely, there is a Bandito message caked in with the benefit of Dima citizens. Every song has that double meaning, and Never Take It can have a straightforward meaning in the Dima storyline sense on both sides. So the Bandito side, they're trying to weaponize you and I, is this thing right here. They're trying to use you as a weapon. And in terms of Dima, what they want you to believe is that the Banditos are trying to turn the citizens of Dima against the bishops, weaponize you and I. Reality, this is probably what Tyler meant. The second song that becomes a bit more clear. It's not exactly 100% clear, but it is Pet Cheetah, because the very first line, I am on island, no one to confide. I'm on island. I never would have guessed that the continent of Trench was an island. But if you think about it, it now makes sense. Maybe the rest of the song is Tyler walking through Trench and waiting for the Banditos, trying to get some contact. 8 days straight, 8 hours each and not one line. Tyler is just writing Pet Cheetah as a little exercise while walking through Dima. Well, not walking through Dima, while walking through Trench. The whole idea there. Secondly, our car torch of death, well, I guess thirdly, the car torch of death is becoming a bit more clear. A lot of people will point to a car torch of death that will talk about the car and have a dirty soul, the torch that we see throughout the Bandito era, and then the death being Clancy. But no, the death really has been more spelled out because we actually got a death recently, which is Kions. Kions is our death in a car torch of death. Makes sense. It really does make sense because Clancy isn't dead. Kions is dead. Definitely dead. And you can even take a look at the middle section of the song. He laid out what he had planned. The latest journal talks about how could any of this have been planned, to which the torchbearer, Josh, has this all planned out. Which is crazy. Josh, what are you? What character are you? This is still confusing. Message Man also becomes a lot more clear because Clancy is the Message Man. Tyler is the Message Man. They're both one and the same. I remember talking about a couple months ago that Tyler was the Message Man trying to send messages to Clancy. No, they are in fact the same person. So they are the Message Men, if you want to look at it like that. And also the song Morph becomes a bit more clear. So a lot of people will talk about Tyler becoming Kions as Morph. Morph becomes clear that way. My thing with that is you're talking about reincarnation. You're talking about body reanimation, necromancy. And that ain't it. That ain't it. That's not becoming Morph. If we saw Tyler morph into Kions, then Tyler's body on the island would have turned into the body of Kions. The body, you would no longer see Tyler's body. It would be Tyler just in a bishop's body. Morph is talking about Tyler becoming Clancy. Talking about using that pseudonym, that defense mechanism, so that way Tyler wouldn't be caught. Tyler wouldn't be caught using writing these journals, talking about it being anti-demon, getting these messages to the outside. Because if Tyler was caught, punishment would happen. To which Tyler was caught, punishment happens. But that defense mechanism of making yourself Clancy, hiding behind that mask, hiding behind that name, is a defense mechanism. It's like if someone, I don't know, let's do YouTube for example. Someone decided to come up with another channel and write great comments about themselves. And it would become a defense mechanism, like trying to hype yourself up or something like that. Or saying you and your friend run a channel and your friend knows all the bad stuff you do. So your friend starts another channel just saying all the bad stuff you do without directly saying that, yeah, I'm your friend. You're hiding behind that wall. You're hiding behind that name. You're hiding behind the anomaly. Clancy. And I do want to say that if you do use the anonymity of the internet to promote your own personal agenda, to promote hate, to promote racism, homophobia, whatever toxicity that is spreading, you are an awful person. I don't want you here. You can get help. Because using an anonymous mask on any platform just to be racist, just to hate, isn't right. And you need to get away, go focus on yourself, get healthy, and stop. Because it's toxic, and it happens, and it's the worst. It's the worst. Especially if it's in the same fandom that you love, that promotes the message of saying stay alive, and you're telling people to do the exact opposite. If you're using the anonymity of the internet for this, go away. Go away. But anyway guys, that is basically it. If you have any theories, let me know down in the comment section below. Email them over to gooddaytop21@gmail.com. Tag me in them on Twitter. Hop over to the JLAndersonMusic Discord server. Hop in our theory chat to where you can type out your theories. I'll read them, and I'm going to read all these theories over the next 2 days. I haven't had a lot of time to, but I'll be reading a lot of theories in the next 2 days. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a Justin for Sideband coverage, which if you're new here, that is my weekly 21 Pilots guitar cover. So anyway, guys, I will see you all later. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.